Hello and welcome to Softening Studio. I am so excited to be back here with you after we've had a quiet summer here at Softening Studio. And we are preparing for our grand opening this coming season in the autumn. And right now we are actually having a makeover, which is why I've got my nice little board up behind me so that you can't see the not nice lookingness that's going on back here. So I'm really getting excited to unveil it and to be doing the grand opening that we're going to be having. And I would love for you to be a part of it. So um, today in today's video, we're going to be talking about the new moon in Leo, and we're going to be talking about Venus in Virgo, and I'll do a oracle card reading for Venus in Virgo. But I also want to make sure that we chat about the grand opening events and how you can get involved. So yeah, it's been a quiet, well, it has appeared to have been a quiet summer for Softening Studio, probably on your end. But on our end, the team and I have been working hard to get things going, create solid foundation, and love that double full moon in Capricorn. That's really helped support us. And I think that, gosh, there's so much to be excited about and thankful for. And I'm not going to take the time to go with that with you right now, but I do appreciate you being here. I appreciate your interest in Softening Studio. We all do, and just can't wait to continue to share this amazing work and our amazing offerings and connect with you all. So let's start first. Let's talk about this new moon in Leo. This is going to be a wonderful new moon to work with. And I love that. So there's a couple things going on here. So the new moon in Leo is at, oh gosh, what's the degree? Let me check my notes here. The new moon in Leo is at 12 degrees, and it is sextile Jupiter at 15 degrees in Gemini. So right away, we've got a little bit of a stirring going on there. And what I love about this is that there's the creative, expressive energy of Leo, where we want to shine our own light and we want to step into our own leadership. And then we are also having that abundant blessing from Jupiter and Gemini, which is suggesting, we're communicating, we're chatting, we're thinking, we're also thinking about, being looking into the future and thinking about how we can be optimistic. And I love that this allows us to kind of be curious. So it's with the new moon in Leo, we're being encouraged to, express ourselves, to find our inner leader, and to, be bold and courageous. And then with the sextile to Jupiter and Gemini, it's really encouraging us to, try something new, be adventurous, to, get curious and think about what could being bold or courageous or, a leader do for me, and how can I use that to support my communications with others? So I think that there's just a really beautiful opportunity here, and I'm really excited for it. So it is on August 4th at 7:12 a.m. Eastern time, and I'll include a time converter below so that you can check your time as well. And I am so ready for this restart in the Leo area of my chart. What about you? Like where is Leo in your chart? And what are the themes and topics there? Because this is your moment to have a reset there and to bring these elements of the new moon, the new beginnings, the fresh starts with the sextile to Jupiter, about this optimistic adventure, try new things, what can we make happen with this? So grab your chart, think about that, and see what comes up for you. And if you do and you want to share, I would love it if you included it in the comments below. So then the next thing we've got coming up is that Venus is going to enter Virgo, and Venus is entering Virgo also on August 4th, but this is at 10:23 p.m. Eastern time. So same day as the sorry, same day as the new moon, but a little bit later. So the exact moment of the new moon, Venus is still in Leo. So there's that bit of blessing of Venus in Leo and the way that connects us with others in those relationships, and the way that we can bring that energy to our communications and to our ideas. So there is that moment with Venus and Leo for the new moon. But then as we shift to Venus and Virgo, things are going to change for Venus. And that's because they are in their fall in Virgo. And what that means is that it's so in your detriment, when a planet placement is in their detriment, it means that they don't have what they need to perform well there. Whereas when a planet is in their fall, it's like they really they don't do well there. They feel kind of cast aside and forgotten, and like they kind of like get in their own way is kind of what I think about it. Is like they're not even able to perform to the extent of limited resources. They're just kind of feeling on their own, and like they've got to figure it out, and that can be really isolating, and can cause a lot of narrow focus for a planet in their fall. And narrow focus meaning like I said, they can't get out of their own way. So some things about, let's talk about like the great things about Venus and Virgo first, because Venus and Virgo has the capacity to really have an amazing skill set. We're talking, having a very specific talent, or having really great analytical skills and using those in their relationships. And like that, there's an opportunity there. And it's very introspective. And whereas sometimes Venus in other placements is far more, connecting, and whereas the Virgo energy really kind of pulls in for Venus. And because of this, it's really easy to get hyper focused on certain things, and we can use that, like I said, for a skill set or a talent to hone an experience, or to organize something. Or it can also be, a little bit tricky. It can get in a space where it feels like over-perfectionistic, like the focus on being perfect, or getting things just right, or getting lost in the details. So focused on wanting something, or finding the detail or the thing to make it connect to the other thing, that you get in that space. And because of that, other things can fall away from our attention. So with Venus and Virgo, you want to focus on the ways that you can use this blessing of energy to focus on, I'm sorry. Let me say that over. You want to use this energy to get really clear on certain things in your life. So this would be a great time to look at, a creative process, or, something that you do need your analytical skills for, or something that is requiring some introspection that you want to create some clarity around. And you just want to make sure you don't get lost out in the weeds. And this isn't like, Jupiter kind of exploring weeds, like so expansive that you're going far. It's like rabbit hole weeds. It's like going in, and getting stuck there. So what else do I want to say? I'm just looking at my notes here. So the other thing that's really important to consider with Venus and Virgo is that, because there is so much more focus on, certain processes, or, directing towards, our internal thoughts or processes, sometimes our relationships can take a little bit of a backseat. So you do want to make sure that you're creating some balance there, and allowing, finding spaces where you can still connect with others. And it might take a little bit more encouragement. It might take some planning and organization to make sure that you are reaching out to those that you love. And actually, one thing that really is helpful in this situation is that if you do feel yourself kind of, getting pulling in towards yourself, Venus and Virgo would be really great for just connecting with those folks that are closest to you. So if this is feeling like a challenging time to connect with a lot of different kinds of people, just choose like your top 5 to make sure you stay consistently connected to people while you are working through this time. So Venus in Virgo is going to be transiting Virgo until August 29th. So the one thing I also want to caution to with the introspective piece is that try not to allow yourself to criticize yourself or your self-worth or others too much. Venus in Virgo may make some of those things bubble up from within. And we just want to remember to tamper those down in how we treat ourselves and how we interact with others. So I think that's all I'm going to say about Venus and Virgo for right now. And I will be putting out a blog post about the new moon in Leo and Venus and Virgo with more info as well. And so you can keep an eye out for that. So yeah, let's dig into an oracle card reading. This is going to be for Venus in Virgo. I'm being called to do a 3-card reading. If you're sitting here thinking about what this reading could mean for you, I'd like you to take a moment and find your center and consider what you would like guidance on for this Venus in Virgo transit. Well, this is quite perfect. So our first card is Bounteous. Our second card is Lady of the Lake. And our third card is Cleansing. So I love how intertwined this reading feels with the new moon. Like I mentioned earlier, the new moon happens like first thing in the morning in Eastern time, and then Venus enters Virgo at one of the last points in the evening. So there's definitely a little bit of a blend of some of that energy in this reading. And with our first card, Bounteous, one of the things that I'm finding here is that it's a reflection of our experience with Venus in Leo. And when Venus was in Leo, there was the chance to come out of your shell, show who you are, and then connect with folks in a new way that is unique to you. And whenever you give yourself that authenticity and invitation to shine, you also give others to shine. So I really feel like because of that time when Venus was in Leo, that you were generously giving of yourself, you made some really important connections, or you made some really important decisions in the way you interacted with people or how you'd like to. It doesn't necessarily mean that you made it happen. It means that somehow in your consciousness, in your body, in your daily tasks, whatever you've been doing, you've been bringing some awareness to this. So because of that, something is coming together in the way you interact with other people. And the next card, the Lady of the Lake, sorry, I think I already showed that. So it's showing that foundation that was laid, something's happening. So I'm actually feeling cautionary here. Like this beautiful thing that we built with Venus and Leo, we need to, because there is something stirring here, and we want to make sure that we do continue to nurture it. And with Venus and Virgo, there is that chance where things can get overlooked while we focus on something else. So I would say, as you go through the Venus and Virgo transit, continue to think back about what you were doing, how you were connecting with others while Venus was in Leo. I would love for you to work with Venus and Virgo energy. So don't get me wrong. I don't want you to not take this opportunity. It's a beautiful, different kind of energy, and it's important that we learn to embody it and work with it. But this for this particular reading, I'm finding we need to continue to lean back into some of the things that we were doing already. So not to let those go by the wayside. And then our last card, I think this is related to that. It's related to our leaning into the things we'd already created. So I think it's about allowing the things that you focus on and that you maybe become hyper focused on, or that you create some really great progress on as you get really clear on certain areas and how things work, whether it's patterns in a relationship, or it's a process, or a detail. So whatever comes up as you are working with Venus in Virgo, it's important that you let that energy kind of release and move on, so that that process is done. It's like it's like coming in, getting things going, getting specific, tweaking some things, and then being ready to when Venus moves into Libra. Because when Venus moves into Libra, it's going to be totally different. And we want to make sure that we carry over everything wonderful we created for ourselves in Venus and Leo to through Venus and Virgo to this beautiful moment in Venus in Libra that will be coming at the end of August. Yeah. So so let me know what comes up for you with this reading or any of the other things that we've chatted about in today's video. I have had such a wonderful time chatting with you today. I'm so glad to be back, and I look forward to connecting with you more. I do want to just return to the grand opening chat that I mentioned in the beginning. We are planning a grand opening event this autumn at Softening Studio, and we'd love for you to, join in on the fun. One of the things that we're offering to folks as part of our grand opening is a free month of our membership, Self-Care and Healing. I will drop all the information about that below. If you want to take advantage of that 1 month free, please do join our grand opening waitlist so that you can get that 1 month free when it becomes available. And definitely join our newsletter if you want to hear more about our weekly events. It's a weekly newsletter and keeps you up to date. We got some great stuff coming.